Wake up the lost sheep. Yeah. Hey. 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 Yeah. Bring it out. We got the truth when we bring it out. We cannot lose when we bring it out. We making moves when we bring it out. Hey. Yeah. Bring it out. We got the truth when we bring it out. We cannot lose when we bring it out. We making moves when we bring it out. LOC, bring it out. Bring it out. We cannot lose when we bring it out. Bring it out. Hey, bring it out. LOC got the truth when we bring it out. We cannot lose when we bring it out. We making moves when we bring it out. We gotta wake up the sheep. My people falling asleep. We gotta show now. We put in that work in and we put the work in the streets. We trying to build up the nation. We patient. My people been facing defeat. We teach of repentance. We deep in them trenches. You know that we bring in the heat. We killing demons like every day. Waking up all the people, we set them straight. Keep our head in them scriptures, we meditate. All in the truth, I can't back down and hesitate. All praise to the Most High. With it, no cosign. With it, keep the law, we gon' levitate. We them Jews, there be no lies. With it, there we won't die. With it, for the truth, I'm a heavyweight. We live in this spiritual warfare. We all gotta gather together. We do that, though we got the nations in warfare. We a separate nation, no explanation. My people, they need to listen. Crunch time, yeah, time is ticking. But the truth, I'm a servant. No stopping, we working. Just hoping my people gon' see the mission. Bring that out. 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 I say them Hebrews gotta show. Bring that out. Get your knowledge on the go. Bring that out. Wisdom help the nation grow. Bring that out. Get the truth in the form of a show. Bring that out. All of our soldiers amazing. All of our captains be leading. LOC bringing that light, shining on what we're achieving. Wake up the people that's sleeping. Wake up that nation like coffee. Wake up and take up your cross beat. Hold up, Pastor, man, you lost me. You still be teaching at Christmas? I'm sure that you know that it's pagan. Look how we packing the prisons, blatantly destroying our nation. Single parent home is definitely becoming our swag. Then we send our children through the same system, pledging their allegiance to slaves. Bring that out. 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 I say them Hebrews gotta show. Bring that out. Get your knowledge on the go. Bring that out. Wisdom help the nation grow. Bring that out. Get the truth in the form of a show. Bring that out. LOZ, we gotta bring it out. Wake up the lost sheep. Yeah. Hey. 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 Bring it out. We got the truth when we bring it out. We cannot lose when we bring it out. We making moves when we bring it out. Hey. Bring it out. We got the truth when we bring it out. We cannot lose when we bring it out. We making moves when we bring it out. LOC, let's go. Bring it out. We got the truth when we bring it out. We cannot lose when we bring it out. We making moves when we bring it out. Hey, bring it out. LOC. We got the truth when we bring it out. We cannot lose when we bring it out. We making moves when we bring it out. We gotta wake up the sheep. My people falling asleep. We gotta show now. We put in that work in and we put the work in the streets. Yeah, trying to build up the nation. We patient. My people been facing defeat. We teach of repentance. We deep in them trenches. You know that we bring in the heat. We killing demons like every day. Waking up all the people, we set them straight. Keep our head in them scriptures, we meditate. All in the truth, I can't back down and hesitate. All praise to the Most High. With it, no cosign. With it, keep the law, we gon' levitate. We them Jews, there be no lies. With it, there we won't die. With it, for the truth, I'm a heavyweight. We live in this spiritual warfare. We all gotta gather together. We do that, though we got them nations in warfare. We a separate nation, no explanation. My people, they need to listen. Crunch time, yeah, time's ticking. For the truth, I'm a servant. No stopping, we working. Just hoping my people gon' see the mission. So we gotta bring it out. We got the truth when we bring it out. We cannot lose when we bring it out. We making moves when we bring it out. And bring it out. We got the truth when we bring it out. We cannot lose when we bring it out. We making moves when we bring it out. And let's go. Bring it out. We got the truth when we bring it out. We cannot lose when we bring it out. We making moves when we bring it out. And bring it out. We got the truth when we bring it out. We cannot lose when we bring it out. We making moves when we bring it out. LOC, let's go.
Every
Bring that out. Bring that out. Bring that out. knowledge on the go. Bring that out. Wisdom help the nation grow. Bring that out. Get the truth in the form of a show. Bring that out. All of our soldiers amazing. All of our captains be leading. LOZ bringing that light, shining on what we're achieving. Wake up the people that's sleeping. Wake up the nation like coffee. Wake up and take up your crossbeat. Hold up, Pastor, man, you lost me. You still be teaching at Christmas? I'm sure that you know that it's pagan. Look how we packing the prisons, blatantly destroying our nation. Single parent home is definitely becoming our swag. Then we send our children through the same system, pledging allegiance to flags. Bring that out. 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 I say them Hebrews got a show. Bring that out. Get your knowledge on the go. Bring that out. Wisdom help the nation grow. Bring that out. Get the truth in the form of a show. Bring that out. Yeah. LOZ. We gotta bring it out. Wake up the lost sheep. Yeah. Hey. Bring it out. We got the truth and we bring it out. We cannot lose when we bring it out. We making moves when we bring it out. Hey. Bring it out. We got the truth and we bring it out. We cannot lose when we bring it out. We making moves when we bring it out. LOZ, let's go. Bring it out. We got the truth and we bring it out. We cannot lose when we bring it out. We making moves when we bring it out. Hey, bring it out. LOZ. We got the truth and we bring it out. We cannot lose when we bring it out. We making moves when we bring it out. We gotta wake up the sheep. My people falling asleep. We gotta show now. We put in that work and now we put the work in the streets. We trying to build up the nation. We patient. My people been facing defeat. We teaching repentance. We deep in them trenches. You know that we bringing the heat. We battling demons like every day. Waking up all the people, we set them straight. Keep our head in them scriptures, we meditate. All in the truth, I can't back down and hesitate. All praise to the Most High, with it no cosign. With it keep the law, we gon' levitate. We them Jews, there be no lies. With it that we won't die. With it for the truth, I'm a heavyweight. We live in this spiritual warfare. We all gotta gather together. We do that, then we got them nations in more fear. We a separate nation, no explanation. My people, they need to listen. Crunch time, yeah, time is ticking. For the truth, I'm a servant. No stopping, we working, just hoping my people gon' see the mission. So we gotta bring it out. We got the truth and we bring it out. We cannot lose when we bring it out. We making moves when we bring it out. Hey, bring it out. We got the truth and we bring it out. We cannot lose when we bring it out. We making moves when we bring it out. LOZ, let's go. Bring it out. We got the truth and we bring it out. We cannot lose when we bring it out. We making moves when we bring it out. Again, bring it out. We got the truth and we bring it out. We cannot lose when we bring it out. We making moves when we bring it out. LOZ, let's go. Go.
Unmute here.
Go ahead, you good.
All right. It's that time again. Tell a friend to log in. It's the Bring It Out show tomorrow. And I got a special guest for you. You seen it. Could you believe it? They let us both in here at the same time. I got with me the captain, right? Beyond the captains, the advisor of the advisors. I got Mr. Captain Sham Shawan.
Shalom.
All right. You've now been protected. Our captain, I'm one lawyer, one Yasharala, is taking care of some business tonight. So we're gonna hold it down for the brother. All right. I know, many of you came to see him, but we're gonna hold it down for him tonight. As you can see in the topic behind me on the board, the topic tonight is When the Lion Roared. Now, we have history here in this truth. A lot of our brothers and sisters are first-generation Israelites, but that doesn't mean that being an Israelite is something that just came about. There's a lot of history in what we learned and how we learned it. I was fortunate to sit in 1 West 125th Street and be educated by this man on how to break down scriptures and understand how to divide the word, rightly divide the word. The man I'm talking about is the elder priest Ariel that was with the school. I don't want to the Israelite school of was it Jesus?
Um,
I don't want to misrepresent the last school he was with, but originally he was with the ISUPK, right? That's where I know him from. 1 West 125th Street. Okay, that's where I interacted with the brother and learned from the elder in times past. And then he went on to be with ICGC, right? And some of you might know that school when they had that comforter around. We call him the uncomforter or the discomforter around. I was one of the elders of that school over there. But I'm not talking about that because that's not what I know him from. You know what I'm saying? While he was dealing with that, I did not keep in contact with him or had any learning or tutelage from him during that time he spent, with those brothers over there. But when he was at 1 West 125th Street, I started the truth in 1994, 95. And that's the area that I sat and learned and made myself an underling to and received wisdom, knowledge, and understanding according to the scriptures. So when the brother passed away, we gotta, pay homage to the brother and it's our patriots, champ. You know what I mean? These are our people that came before us. When there was no internet, when there was no Google, when there was no I'm just gonna look that up. Well, they had to go down to the Smithsonian Museum to see things for themselves. When they had to go in the archives in the Metropolitan Library, and had to go down in the basement and get the information that is not so easily obtained. That's when that's the era that I'm talking about. That's the era that I'm reflecting on when I heard that the elder passed away. All right. So, and anybody that sat in those seats and received that instruction, they know when they receive instruction from this man here, he was aligned with that word. All right. He was not easy with that word. He brought that word out, and you had to pay attention and you had to receive. And we're going to probably throw a little bit of video of him speaking the word. I got a couple of videos on my phone. Maybe I'll shoot it to you and we could put it up there at some point. But you know how we do. Everything is biblical here. We got our DJ, the best DJ in the land, DJ Baruch, giving you that truth music. If you could use it, you can't lose it. And we're gonna get into we're gonna have a great show. We're gonna talk about, how we're gonna respect the ones that came before us that paved the way, and how we should always remember.
You just dropped yourself. I have the scriptures. Don't worry about it. Slop, family, hold on. Don't worry about it. I got you with the scripts. I'll read for you.
We had a little technical difficulties, but never fear. Sheriff Shawan is here. You're going to work it out for me.
Mm-hmm. There we go. Bam.
All right, got it.
All right, hold on, family. We're coming back. I know.
Well, you give him Colossians 3, verse 17 in a minute. All
right, boom. Share my screen, family. As always, you got it coming up. Yeah, minister back to the live. Boom. There you go.
All right.
Swap it. There we go. All right.
Colossians 3, verse 17.
The book of Colossians, chapter 3, verse 17. And whatsoever you do in word or deed, do all in the name of a Mashiach Yahushua, giving thanks to the power and the Abba by him.
Right. So we give thanks to the Most High in the name of the Mashiach Yahushua. All right. So first scripture I want us to turn our attention to, right? We're going to look at Sirach. 44, verse 1. Sirach 44, verse 1. Let's get into the spirit of the matter. Shalom, shalom, shalom to everybody online. Shalom to the family that's logged in.
Oh man,
All praises to Yahweh, the water for logging in, family. All right, we got Rodney Powell in the building, True Royalty in the building, Kazak is in the building, Darren Samuels in the building, Spires in the building, Cole's in the building, Zakai's in the building, Moriah's in the building. Hallelujah. Early comers, we're going to get those numbers up. Tell a friend to log in. Let's go. It's the Bring It Out radio show. You got that out?
Which one you want? Sirach what?
Sirach 44 and 1.
Sirach 44 1. Ooh. So if I can share to get to
Sirach 44 and 1. Here
All
we
right.
go.
Sirach, chapter 44, verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
Let us now praise famous men
Right.
and our fathers that begot us.
Come on.
The Most High have wrought great glory
Mm-hmm.
by them through his great power
Mm-hmm.
from the beginning,
Mm-hmm.
such as did bear rule in their kingdoms.
Come on.
Men renowned
Uh-huh.
for their power,
For their what?
Go
ahead.
giving counsel,
Giving what? Read on.
by their understanding.
By their understanding. So that's why we, it's how we determine what great men are. Because in this society, great men is what you have, right? Great men is, how the world perceives you. But in this truth, we are our own nation. We're our own people. We have our own great men, right? And it doesn't, sometimes we look at the latter part of a man's life, but you got to look at a life in a whole. You can't just look at one incident or I know people posted videos, brother went off or whatever the case may be. That's not what we're talking about tonight, right? Because we have great men we speak about in the scriptures all the time, and they went off. Right? When I say he went off, he started dealing with their comfort and things of that sort. But we have great men in the word that went off. David is a great man.
John.
Did David go off?
Mhm.
Right? Solomon is a great man.
John.
But did Solomon go off?
Yep.
Right? We could go down the line with a lot of our great men that lived and triumphed. They got victories for the Most High, for this truth, for wisdom, for knowledge, stood strong. But they still deserve to get the honor that goes to an old man that has done wise and did his work. Right? Give me stay in the book of Ecclesiasticus. Let me get 24 verse 17. Ecclesiasticus 24 verse 17. So we're gonna get a couple of scriptures. Being patriotic, man. Just talking about our foreparents that came before us, that begot us. What does it mean they begot us? That means that what? They did things that affected our lives.
Okay.
Unbeknownst to us, we didn't know. I didn't know that I was going to come to the truth. Them brothers was already studying and working and hitting the streets before I even knew. I just had to, get educated at a certain point in life. But them brothers set the pattern and set the pavement for me to walk on. Sometimes we walk around town, we don't think about who set the pavement for you to walk on. You be walking in dirt, in mud, if somebody ain't set the pavement for you to walk on. That's how this truth is. A lot of people are looking at who's popping right now, who's sizzling, right? Right? Who got the likes up? But they forget who set the pavement for these men, right? Who did the work before there was a YouTube, before there was a way to even bring in commerce in this truth, right? When you think about those men, you gotta put Arya in that. You gotta put Marshall in that, right? You gotta put Yaquab in that. You gotta put Kazak in that, right? You can't forget these men. Yeshaya in that, Shaw in that. You can't forget these men because they set the pavement for us to walk on. Read that.
Sirach chapter 24 and verse 17.
Come on.
As the vine brought I forth pleasant, I want to say flavor, but it's savor,
Savior. Mm-hmm.
and my flowers are the fruit of honor and riches.
Right. Read on.
I am the mother of fair love and fear and knowledge and holy hope. I therefore, being eternal,
Hold
and
on. We at?
verse
Go to
18,
the top. What?
24.
Read that again from the top.
Sirach 20. Yeah, Sirach, right?
Yeah.
Sirach chapter 24 and verse 17. As the vine brought forth, wait, Sirach. As the vine brought I forth pleasant savor,
Right.
and my flowers are the fruit of honor and riches.
Right. My flowers are the fruit of honor and riches. As my vine brought forth, right, pleasant Savior. So you come from somewhere, in other words, right? You come from somewhere. Now you might see, right? Today you see the what? The flowers, right, are the fruit. So you see the flowers now. You see the honor and the riches now. But did you consider the vine? Right? You got to consider the vine. Now, One West was a vine, right, for this truth. Now we have all these different flowers and all these different riches. It has multiplied and expanded. But the vine started somewhere. You know, without that vine, you wouldn't get that beautiful flower. So now we're enjoying this truth. We're enjoying this wisdom, this culture. You know, we got schools all over the diaspora, all over the different countries and states. You know, back in those days, it wasn't like that. It was far and few in between. Right? We had to foot it around to bring this word out. Now you have comfort of your home. Right now, you might be watching this on the YouTube, might be up on your TV, because the vine brought forth. And when you speak of the vine, you got to speak of men like Ariel. You got to speak of men of like Lamar Shah, right? Yaquab Shah, Yeshaya. You got to speak of these men, right? Give me also stay in the book, same book, Ecclesiastes 10 and 24. And we're going to read 24 through 28. What are we talking about? We're talking about those that came before us and how we should respect them and how we should honor them, how we should not forget where we come from, right? Very important, right?
You ready?
Come on.
Sirach chapter 10 and verse 24.
Mm-hmm.
Great men and judges and pontiffs shall be honored.
Shall be what?
Shall be honored. Yet is there none of them greater than he that fears the Most High.
Read that again.
Verse 24, Sirach chapter 10. Great men and judges and potentialites. Potential.
So I got this just in bulletin here.
You got it.
This just in from the Mashara Yasharala. Could you read that out? This just in.
This just in from the
Hold on,
Mashra
family.
Yasharala.
This is exclusive information. Just in.
The Mashra Yasharala is now retracting our statement that Arya has passed away. We are finding out by our resources that Arya is still very much alive. And all praises to Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai for his life, whether dead or alive. But it is a cruel hoax to put the news out that he is dead when he is yet alive. That brother or brothers who did that are wicked and foolish to play games with a man's life and let death fall upon the head of that brother who started this madness. It's totally improper and bearing false witness. The Most High teaches us all things be done decently and in order. 1 Corinthians chapter 14, verse 40.
Wow. Wow. You mean brothers put that out there and got brothers thinking the brother passed away? That's official. This is off the presses. This is news coming straight from the Mashrah Yashua, which should be a credible. It is a credible organization to let us know what's really going on with the brother. So we got brothers that's reminiscing about the brother like he's passed away and he's yet alive, right? Yet he's yet alive. You know, it's times like these. This is live. This is live. This is how live shows go, right? We don't hold back the information. We bring it out. So, which doesn't take away from what we're saying, but it does take away from us, do some more research, because I got a lot of credible sources that said the brother passed away, right? But maybe they're just passing on information. That's the thing I think about social media. A lot of information is passed.
Yep.
But the source, the sources of information we got to be careful with. You know what I'm saying? But I got it from a pretty credible source that the brother passed away. So, now he got some conflicting news. So I don't know who else could verify out there if the brother is yet passed away or what, right? But, in honoring our elders, this is something we got to do anyway. Give me Ecclesiastes 20 and 27. Stay in the book of Sirach. Let's get 20 verse 27. Right? It's something we got to do anyway. Respect our elders. And sometimes I guess we don't have to wait till they pass away.
You give them their flowers.
Right? You give them their flowers when they're yet alive.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Maybe that was the spirit to even talk about Arya and the teaching that we received from him in one was. Because everything we saying is still correct. If the brother is passed or he's alive, he still was that lion back in those days, right? And he might have lost his way a bit when dealing with the fake comforter, but he was a lion and he spoke the word well. And there's a lot of video being posted about him right now on the YouTube. Read that.
Sirach chapter 20 and verse 27.
Mm-hmm.
A wise man shall promote himself to honor with his words.
What is what?
With his words.
So we honoring him because of his words, right? If a man is yet alive, we stand corrected, right? But we do honor him still for his words. You know what I mean? For what he has accomplished in those days and those times, right? Read on.
And he that has understanding will please great men.
Will do what?
Please great men.
And what came out of these men? Greater men, man. That's the beautiful thing about it.
Fine.
You know what I mean? Arya taught men, and those men went and did great things. They traveled all around the world. They opened up schools everywhere you see, right? If it wasn't for some of the tutelage of Arya, there wouldn't be, in LOZ, AOI, HOD, all these schools. It wouldn't even be IS. Well, of course, it wouldn't be ISUPK. There wouldn't be IUIC.
Yep.
GOCC, right? All these schools came out of that branch, out of that vine, right? All these schools came out of that vine, right? At one time, we all sat in the same room as young men and learned, right? Passing notes and taking tests, marching and martial arts and all those type of things that we had to do in those days. So we were all there, you know what I mean? So it really doesn't take away, the truth of the matter. Maybe I could give him his flowers now, and he could take it out of my hand, right? But it's important that we remember that as patriarchs of Israelites, because we could talk about Abba Bivens, we could talk about Rabbi Matthews, we could talk about the commandment keepers. Well, those people are in the 30s; they're way gone, right? But those that are doing great works today, we shun to talk about them. You know what I mean? We shun to talk about them. We talk, that brother's eye. But there's a lot of brothers that dedicated their life to this word, and they deserve that honor, right? First, give me 1 Timothy 5:17. They deserve that honor, right? So it didn't say you have to wait till somebody to pass away to honor him, right? We thought the brother passed away because that was the news that was given to us, but we just got a report just in that the brother is yet still alive, right? And it's a credible source from the Mashrah Yasharallah, website saying that the brother is yet still alive. All right. At the age of 82, he's yet still alive. Read that.
1 Timothy chapter 5 and verse 17.
Mhm.
Let the elders that rule well be counted worthy of double honors.
Be counted of what?
Double honors.
Right. So there was a time where the information that he put out was worthy of double honors. Right. That information was worthy of double honors. Read on.
Especially they who labor in the word and doctrine.
Mhm. Because he was out there laboring. Like all our elders out there laboring in the word and doctrine, feeding the people. Whether it be cold, hot, it didn't matter. Feeding the people. And when I met him, he wasn't a young man. He was already in his 50s. But he was out there at camp feeding the people, bringing their word out like a lion, strong. Right? These men weren't young men when I came around. Right? Read on. Shalom, King. Right?
Verse 18.
Mhm.
For the scripture saith, thou shalt not muzzle the ox that treadeth out the corn.
Right. So what's that talking about? The financials when we deal with our elders. Our elders, you know what? They deserve financial support. Because you don't muzzle the ox that treadeth the corn. If you're out there teaching, putting all this time into teaching, right? And people be upset if you make $1, right? Like they're ready to cast stones on you. They're ready to call you Creflo Dollar because you made $1, right? Creflo Dollar is not making $1. He's making $1 million, right? Multi-million dollars. Okay, so if your brother make $1 that's dedicated his life to this word, we shouldn't be kicking stones on him, right? We shouldn't be ready to rise up. Yeah, and
the truth.
And he's helping families. He's hitting. What does this word do? What does this truth do when it enters a household or enters a person or enters a family? What is this truth supposed to do? Right? This truth is the healing of our nation. This truth is to repair breaches, repair breaks. Right? This truth is to clear up confusion. Right? That's what this word does when it enters the house. Hold that and give me Psalms 119, verse 9. This truth is not just the truth. Oh, you can see it over there, like it's a monument, right? This truth actually does something, right? This truth actually activates when it comes into your life and changes your life. And if it's not, then maybe you're not applying the truth correctly, right? Because if you apply the truth correctly, it will change your life. Read that.
Psalms chapter 119, verse 9.
Uh-huh.
Wherewithal shall a young man cleanse his ways?
Mm-hmm.
By taking heed thereto according to thy word.
Right. Taking heed to the word cleanses his ways, changes his life. If he had dirty ways, he's not going to have dirty ways after reading this truth, after accepting the Most High, Hamashiach Yahushua. Maybe you had some filthy ways. Those ways are supposed to be cleared up after receiving this truth. So this truth is not something that you could just see it on a shelf, put it in a book, and set it on a mantle. It's supposed to react and act within your life. Read on.
With my whole heart have I sought thee.
Come on.
Oh, let me not.
Let me what?
Oh, let me not wander from thy commandments.
Let me not wander from. You said, with my whole heart I sought thee. Let me not wander from your commandments. Let me never move away from the commands of the Most High God. The commandments are strong and they're real and they're right. All right. So anyone bringing that commandment out, you out there healing the people. Isn't that what Yahushua was doing? Healing the people?
Okay.
He might have been physically healing the people with their arms, their legs, their eyes, giving the blind sight. But when you bring this word out and it changes a life, you're doing the same thing. Because without this word, we like blind. We walking in darkness. We sleeping. Right? And this word is what wakes us up. Right? This word is what wakes us up. Give me go back to
2 Timothy.
2 Timothy. You read up to 19?
What, 2 Timothy?
Yeah, you read a 5:17, but did you read up to 19?
Mm-hmm.
Right. Should be one more verse. Right. So we're gonna give it
First Timothy's my bad.
So we're gonna switch it. First Timothy, yeah. We're gonna switch it, we're gonna give him his flowers. All right. when the lion roared, when he was roaring out there. Now he's he's an old lion now, and the people around him, and there was a lot of confusion going on. There's a lot of rumors. I don't know exactly what's going on, but I know that he was proclaiming that man, the comforter, which was no comfort to nobody, right? Right, that was a whole fiasco. So we're not honoring that, but we can't take away from the years of that elder hitting those streets, teaching those classes. Saturday morning, we getting that instruction, and I ain't talking about Saturday. What time we talk? 12. We talking about Saturday 7 a.m. giving us that instruction at the class or at the first Shabbat service, 7 a.m. at One West.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
Because
we never missed the class either.
It just dawned on me this. This should automatically get us to contact with each other even more now. So false information don't get pushed out.
Mm-hmm.
We should have no problem contacting each other. As you know, Mashra Yashrala has many different schools. They have different doctrines, but all our doctrines are still the same. We got to keep these commandments, faith in the Mashiach Yahushua. So there should be no reason why we cannot reach out and contact one another and check on one another at the end of the day. No matter what school that person is from, if you say you love the Most High, how can you say you love the Most High, but you hate your brother in your heart? Mm-hmm. It doesn't add up. It doesn't add up. So this should try to humble some of us to go ahead and start reaching out to each other. If you have an art with your brother, it says, talk to that brother, not make a video about that brother. If you have an art, bring him, talk to him. See what y'all can come on one accord at. People take that scripture, how can two walk unless we agree together?
That's it.
Don't y'all agree on the commandments? You agree on Hamashiach Yahushua, right? What more is there? That's the main thing. As we was just reading in Psalms, and I might teach a class on that, the ABCs of the Most High. You ever thought about why they got all the Hebrew alphabets in Psalms 119, which is the longest chapter in the book? That's smack dead in the middle of the book. The first one is Aleph, and it talks about making sure the Most High is your first and foremost.
Right.
The second one is talking about keeping the law, statute, commandments. Mm-hmm. The same thing Christ talked about. That's it. I digress because I'll go on a tangent right now. I'll go on a tangent, but I'll get back in 1 Timothy's.
Yep. 1 Timothy 5, 17 was 17, 18, 19.
18. I'm going to go 18 again.
Go on.
1 Timothy chapter 5 and verse 18.
Yep.
For the scripture saith, thou shalt not muzzle the ox that treadeth out of the corn.
Right. So we were talking about elders, getting their due, receiving for the work that they have done. Right. It's like an ox, like pulling a plow, and you put a muzzle so he can't bend down and eat the grass that he's plowing. That's cruel. Right. So it's cruel not to give men of renown that put that work in, like he said, their flowers or their credit or their due. They deserve it because they put that work in. All right, read.
And the laborer is worthy of his reward.
Right, and the laborer is worthy of his reward. Right, we work hard. You work hard to bring this word out, then you deserve something. Right, and we should be eager to give. Right. The scriptures say we should be filling the storehouse. The scriptures say, right? There are different schools, Knessets, where you learn the word of the Most High. We're supposed to bring oblation. Now, why do you think, the scripture says it was a shadow of things to come when we to bring all our offerings. The scriptures say we're supposed to bring offerings enough, right? Offerings enough, meaning that we should be bringing offerings enough that what the elders, the people that are labored and put their time in, that there's something for them, right? It doesn't have to be money. It could be whatever is offered, but it's something for them that could benefit their work, their labor, the time they put in, the sacrifice they did to their own families. Because these men, they had families, but they was at that school all the time.
Yep.
All the time, right? They were at that school. That school ain't never been closed. They were at that school all the time.
All day Saturday, and then had to come right back on Sunday.
Sunday all day. It was class, Monday class, Tuesday class, Wednesday. Right? That's a dedication to the word of the Most High. So laboring like that, you deserve your reward. Read on.
Verse 19.
Mm-hmm.
Against an elder receive not an accusation,
Mm-hmm.
but before 2 or 3 witnesses.
Right. So when you deal with an elder, he said not receive any accusation. So, we got the word that he passed away, and then now we're getting the word that he's yet still alive. Well, we're going to do some verification on that. But like I said, it's a credible source that said he's yet still alive. So we could really take that credible source, because these brothers came up with him, the elders of the Mashiach Yasharallah, like Elder Barak and these brothers, they came up with him. So many years in the game, so they would know for real if he was passed away or not. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They know him personally and things of that sort. So I have to lean on that source as a credible information. All right, but we still don't give homage to the eldership. And give me 1 Corinthians 4:15, and then I'm gonna bring in my DJ. Right, we're gonna come back after the DJ. We're gonna play a little video of Elder Ariah teaching, and you can see why we call him the Lion, why he got that name, the Lion.
What scripture?
We're gonna get 1 Corinthians 4:15. And we're gonna see why we nicknamed, or he got the name the Lion, and he held up to that name because the brother taught powerful with strength and honor. Read that.
1 Corinthians chapter 4 and verse 15.
Go ahead.
For though ye have 10,000 instructors in Hamashiach Yahushua,
Mm-hmm.
yet have ye not many fathers.
Not read.
For in Hamashiach Yahushua, I have begotten you through the gospel.
Right. He said, I've begotten you. So who's this speaking? Paul is speaking. He said, man, I'm a father to you guys. I've begotten you through the gospel. I mean, I didn't give birth to you, but I'm standing in your life as a father figure through Hamashiach Yahushua.
Good.
Because that's what a father does, is he dedicates his life to the birth of his children, the development of his children. So there's many teachers might drop this information on you, drop that, and keep it stepping. But that one that was there all day in day out, creating an environment that we can go to and sup and learn, that's a father in his word. Just like Paul was a father to the church of Corinth, right? So we give them that type of honor and respect, right? I got my DJ warming up, and I know he got something for the people. So I'm going to let my DJ jump in and do what he do, and we're going to come right back to the video of Ariah teaching back in the days. We're going to air that, and we'll still talk about it more. Let's do what it do.
Lions of Judah in this concrete jungle, taught to move subtle and always keep humble. Feeling like Simba, just a lion's cub, hearing sirens buzz, watching my mom buying drugs. Bones in my closet, scared to open those tombs. Watch my mom buy crack, I got emotional wounds. And if you open my heart, there's another scar. My uncle killed my pops like Mufasa and his brother Scar. I guess that's the circle of life. And that's the chance you take when you hurl the dice. Slow grind, no time for a Kuna Matata. I gotta shake these curses, get in tune with the Father. And psychics are like Rafiki trying to tell me my future. But I let the spirit navigate to help me maneuver. Feeling like Meek Mills, how I'm chasing my dreams. We a royal priesthood, I can't wait to be king.
I woke up in a foreign land, yeah. No identity of who the heck I am. Woke up in a foreign land, yeah. And I'm God blessed, I goddamn still wondering where the hell I am. Damn. Woke up in a foreign land, no understanding. What the hell I'm here? To my understanding, it's hell here. They all here, the prince of the air, who airborne. Trumpet blowing like a tornado in the sandstorm. Can't ask who am I when they don't know who they are. Who am I? Who am I? Who am I? No identity, this reality is infinity. No, look around, it's all black, every yo American devils in the same pot. Yo, should die, have mercy on us. He left the rim, the innocent sacred frame, my nose refrain. To see the larger image, characteristics of man in this image. But I'm from the ghetto, anybody else with me can have a body. Who knows the most I would know. Oh yeah, let these dry bones live. Oh yeah, let these dry bones live. I woke up in a foreign land. Yeah. No identity of who the heck I am. Woke up in a foreign land. Yeah. And God bless my goddamn day. Wanna tell not to hate. Low and not above the sea.
Say a prayer, send it up. Father coming up a sinner up. Time we're down and feeling like we stuck. Yahweh come and get us out the mud. Deliver us, deliver us, deliver us, deliver us, deliver us, deliver us. Yahweh come and get us out the mud. Father, we need you to save us from the trap. We kill our brother from murder with the scrap. Our talent crying, we feeling the pain. Our daddy absent, we joining the game. Feel like our hood will never be the same. Our brothers locked up in the chain gang, still on the slave boat, riding on the wave. It's like a nightmare living in our grave. I shed so many tears, I'm feeling like Tupac. Murder our own father, make it stop. Even little church slaughtered on the block. All because some rivals trying to hit their ass. Father save us, everybody know we lost. Put money on our head, but is it worth the cost? Everybody on the block wanna be the boss. All these rappers getting shot like Biggie Smalls. We gon' say a prayer, send it up. Ooh. Father coming up a sinner up. Time we're down and feeling like we stuck. Yahweh come and get us out the mud. Deliver us, deliver us, deliver us, deliver us, deliver us, deliver us. Yahweh come and get us out the mud.
I was on the road to Damascus, checking for your fringes. 613 laws couldn't avenge us. Looking at the flesh when I should be investing time in the Christ. Okay, that's a true blessing. When I saw the light, I was blinded, begged for forgiveness. Think about the Sabbath and the ribbon on your fringes. Keep all the laws, but ain't justified in heart. That's the reason, Holy Spirit, from your body it depart.
I had no life in me, blinded by the law. I was taught by the Pharisees. Heathens bending over, kissing shoes. Brothers lining up like they're about to run a train. This is clearly insane. Kill the people, feed the poor, cry aloud, but cry more for my nation and our sins. Stop repeating, yeah. Put on Christ, I can see. Hold it down for victory. All you gotta do is John 11:25.
That's the resurrection, died to the old man. Headed to destruction, now it's the homeland. Me and mine are keeping Christ up in the mind, yeah. I be thinking about him and he give me ideas. That's my motivation, notice all along he patient. Heard that Kendrick album, it was all Satan. So blatant, he gotta get that blade in ya. How it sends lightning, a strike like Raiden. But I don't care about celebrities or populists. Christ gave me life and I see it like the Oculus. Me and Aki walked the road to Damascus. Christ then appeared and the question that he asked us blinded me. He was who I persecuted. Now I'm guided by his light. I hope that you can view it. There was nothing else to do but just to get to it. There was nothing else to do but just to get to it.
Separate the light. Separate the
light in the sun. We never do it for fun. Got scripture all in our tongue. Joshua Collect. Yeah. We are the ones at the head of the people. So many had that because they want to do evil. 400 years we were living in Egypt. Yahweh delivered the people. Moses had died and he left it to us. Yahweh was working through us. We are the only ones over 21. Elders, they sleep in the dust. Yeah. We gotta get back. Jordan River got split that. Yeah. Jericho fall down. Jerusalem gotta get back. Yeah. clash with rivals, we decimate all their idols. Y'all commanded us to set their temple on fire. Judah and Eve from Israel, we the leaders. We the warriors, Levi be the teacher. In the future, we join back together. Then King David, he gon' reign forever. We represent the one. We put the light in the sun. We never do a fuck. Got scripture all in our tongue. Joshua and Caleb. We Joshua and Caleb. We Joshua and Caleb. Joshua and Caleb.
Got a squad though. They only talk when I say so. For the nation of God, there's no break so. Scout on the land, we on go mode. Be supreme. They inferior God on our team. 4-5, but they not what they seem. We ain't bothered. They father by the honor king. Script up. We gotta follow the script up. Y'all's a power, we standing on 10 toes. Let to risk to be out of the pick though. Pushing the button, y'all sinks in the head though. From the bottom, yeah, we bottom that is though. Now we a nation, we taking our dream. I rise to the top of the property the green. Talk that talk. Gotta have faith when you walk that walk. Like Moshe, diligent from the start. Loyalty never pull us apart. Feeling like Joshua and Caleb when I walk. 2 out of 12 to bring tail to the spot. Trust the guy, he will never depart. Everything for the place where they come from.
That's it. That's it. That's my DJ.
We never do a fuck. Got scripture all in our tongue.
Shalom, shalom to the family. That's my DJ, DJ Baruch. He's available for bar mitzvahs, weddings, funerals, for all occasions. See my DJ Baruch. You want that righteous music? You can't lose with it, man. You can't lose with it. All right, so we back. We switched the class. We just gonna give our honors to the elders that came before us because we got a report in from the Mashra Yashrala. We got a report in saying that the Elder Arya is yet still alive, and it was a falsehood that he's passed away, but we don't know in what condition he's in or what the case may be to make them make that statement. But from an official source, which is the Mashra Yashrala, we got a report in that he's yet still alive. So we're just going to talk about eldership and leadership and how important it is that we respect it and that we understand that, we got to give them their, as my beloved captain and advisor said, we got to give them their flowers. Right? We got to give them their due. We got to give them their respect because they laid the pavement for us to walk on.
Okay.
And his brother here, he taught us how to be a lion when we go out there. He taught us how to not back down. When you see Esau and these nations act like so boastful, this was the 90s and there was no backing down on that street. We stood up, we stood strong. If we had to go to jail, we had to go. Whatever had to happen. But his word was going to come out and it was going to come out strong with power. All right, let me get Proverbs 28, verse 1.
All right, let me share my screen.
And then we're going to show that video, a little video snippet of the brother teaching, so we know, just to give homage to the brothers, the elder teaching out there in the streets.
Oh. All right, Proverbs chapter 28 and verse 1. The wicked flee when no man pursueth. But the righteous.
But the what?
But the righteous.
But you that's keeping the law, statutes, commandments, the righteous, go ahead.
Are bold as a lion.
Bold as a lion. So when we out there, we're not out there to play games with the people. We're not out there to just, take our time and hang out and look at our phone and spin around and check out the scene. We out there bold as a lion, right? To teach our people. Okay. Give me Isaiah 58 in verse 2.
Isaiah 58 and 2.
Yeah. We out there bold as a lion to educate our people. All right. Because that's how the righteous stand. They don't stand back. They stand forward. They stand up. They say if you don't stand for something, you can fall for anything.
Okay.
So it's important that we stand and stand on a principle and bring that principle forward. Read that.
Isaiah chapter 58 and verse 2. Yet they seek me daily.
It's like 58 verse 1.
All right. Isaiah chapter 58 and verse 1.
Come on.
Cry aloud. Spare not. Lift up thy voice like a trumpet.
Like a what?
Like a trumpet.
Go ahead.
And show my people their transgressions.
Right. So we need to be loud and proud. of the Most High, wa Hamashiach Yahushua, loud and proud of the fact that the Most High chose us out this world, loud and proud that the Most High's commandments is the best and only way for our people to be healed in the hood, healed in their families, healed in their addictions, healed in all their shortcomings that the word can fix, right? Which is everything, all right? So we're proud of that, about that. And our forefathers, they fed us that information, and now we proudly give it to the people, right? There's nothing to be ashamed of, you know, your Israelite heritage. They try to make us out to be a hate group. They try to make us out to be the KKK black version. We're none of those things, right? If anything, we're a love group because love is the keeping of the commandments.
Okay.
And that's all we push to our people, right? The hate is out there. The hate is in sin. Sin is what jacks us up, what messes us up, what is why, you know, daddy isn't coming back home. It's why mommy's been missing. Sin is the why your children, you don't know where your children at. Sin is the reason of that, not the law. The law fixes that. The law creates a different environment for the children of Israel. All right, so let's get that snippet video. I want you to see the brother in action, Ariah from One West, back in the days. Right, there's a lot of video out there right now of him. I just want to take a little pause, show a little piece, and then we'll get back into the scriptures and into the talk and the discussion that we're having tonight.
All right, here we go.
This Bible with no other book. For my mouth it hath commanded, and his spirit it hath gathered them. That's what the Most High said. Now give me Ecclesiastes 12 and 12. I'm going to read a few and give it back to you, sir. I'm going to read a few so I can clear all of this up about Christ and everything. It's all in the Bible. 12 and 12. About reading other
Y'all
books.
can see, man.
If you're the people of the Most High, you're supposed to be
Y'all can
reading other
see
books, talking about the Most
he ain't
High.
out there smiling like Joe Osteen. Yeah, he ain't out there rubbing shoulders, right? He's out there giving them a look like, listen, if you don't hear this word, I'm about to take this Bible and knock you upside your head. That's the look he's giving them. Read.
Hell no.
Right?
And further, by these, my son, be admonished. Solomon was telling his son Rehoboam about these books on this earth. And there's many more books than Solomon. Of making many books, there is no end. Of the making of many books about the Most High, about God, as you call it, there is no end to these books. And much study is a weariness of the flesh. And to study these books is a waste of time.
Right. So he just
That's what it means by weariness
right
of
there.
the flesh.
So he's breaking down there that, listen, man, you don't need no book past the Bible. And it's Esau out there, Jacob's out there. He don't care. He bringing out that word. That's how the word is supposed to be brought out. So we can't deny, man, the shines of the time when he was doing that work mightily on the roadside, enduring, bringing out the information that's so pertinent to our survival. Let me see Sirach 32 and verse 1. That information is pertinent to our survival, brothers and sisters. Right? Now we in this word, let's remember that this word came from somewhere, man. Yeah, let's remember those that came before us and paved the way. You know what I'm saying? And let's continue to grow and build, you know, and continue to educate each other. All right. So you saw the video, you saw the lion roaring, right? You saw the look, right? The demeanor. So when you see the brothers out there, they bringing out that word, don't think they're gonna be smiling, joking, and laughing, hanging out, chilling. That's not what it's for. That's not for that. That's not the time for that. That's wartime. And what are we battling? The sins, the demons, the things that's holding our people down, the strongholds that's holding our people down.
You say Sirach 32?
Sirach, the 32nd chapter, verse 1 through 6.
Okay. Sirach chapter 32 and verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
If thou be made the master of a feast, lift not thyself up, but be among them as one of the rest.
Mhm.
Take diligent care for them, and so sit down.
Right. So it's talking about, boasting yourself. Right. We shouldn't boast ourselves and take the high point. That's not what we're talking about. We talk about the elders. The elders should still be in the midst, accessible. Talk to the brothers and say, these men you could talk to these men back in those days. Right? Read on.
Verse 2. And when thou hast done all thy office, take thy place, that thou mayest be merry with them, and receive a crown for thy will ordering of the feast.
When I have done
thy
all
will ordering of the feast.
Right. When I have done all thy office, meaning that when you finish all your work, then sit down. Take your feast. When you finish your work, that's a workman of the Most High. That's the workman that needeth not to be ashamed. That's a workman that's about feeding Israel. Because that's what we're supposed to be doing. We can't lose sight of the work of a servant of the Most High. Right? Don't lose sight of what we're supposed to be doing. Feeding the people, loving the people, because the Most High loved them. He said, if you do this for one of my little ones, you do it to me. You clothe one of my little ones, you clothe me.
Come.
Right? That's the breakdown Yahweh Shai gave us. We might get that in a few. Right? Let's read on.
Verse 3. Speak thou that art the elder, for it becometh thee, but with sound judgment, and hinder not music. Pour not out words.
What? And what?
And hinder not music.
And hinder not music. Meaning that it's supposed to be joyous occasions, our feast. Let me say it's supposed to be the feast in mourning. How you going to feast in mourning? How you going to be mad at the feast? Right? He says, with music, read that last verse again now.
Speak.
What verse you at?
Verse 3.
Read that verse again.
Sirach chapter 32 and verse 3.
Uh-huh.
Speak thou that art the elder.
Right. Speak thou that art the elder. We need to hear our elders speak. Right. The younger always has something to say. And the elders be quiet. That's backwards.
Yep.
The youngest, y'all supposed to be quiet and have the elder tell you something. Because you might be educated. Right? The speaking should be coming from the elders. Read.
For it becometh thee.
Because it what?
Becometh thee.
Because it looks good. You're supposed to want to hear from you. Right? When the elders speak, that's a good thing. People want to sit down and hear what he got to say. That's the right way. It becometh you. Read.
But with sound judgment.
But if you're going to speak, make sure you speak it with sound judgment as an elder. Right? Read.
But with sound judgment, and hinder not music. Pour not out words where there is a musician, and spew not forth wisdom out of time.
Right. So there's a time for everything. The time for wisdom, knowledge, understanding. It's time for us to play music, enjoy. There's a time for us to speak and bring out that word. Everything has its time. Read on.
Verse 4. Wait, I'm going to read it again. Pour not out words where there is a musician.
Right.
And spew not forth wisdom out of time.
Right. Not out of time is what. You trying to talk and they playing the music. Can't hear you. That's confusion. Cut the music down. Let's hear from the elders. Let's hear from the teachers. All right. When they're done, you cut the music up. Let's enjoy. All right. Read on.
Verse 5. A concert of music in
what?
A concert of music.
Come on.
In a banquet of wine is as a signet of carbuncle set in gold.
You know how beautiful carbuncle set in gold look? That's what he's saying. When we have a feast and we have a concert, people singing, what we have today, we have rapping today. We have a lot of different ways of communicating today.
You have a wine poured.
Right? That's beautiful. That's like a carbuncle set in gold. In other words, that's the way things are supposed to be.
Having a good time for the Most High.
Right? For the Most High. But that elder needs to speak. Right? those of you that come to LOZ functions, you see how we get down. The teaching goes forth, and after the teaching, right?
The music.
The music, the food, the drinks is after that. So the elders speak, the music plays, everything has its right course, and it's a spirit to it. You know what I mean?
Kind.
Things could be out of order. We could try to speak, and then you walk. Whereas if you walk, you pull up to the service starting with music, right? And that's it. Nobody speak. You're gonna be like, what kind of service was that? What kind of feast was that?
Hey, now that you say that, you know what churches do?
What's that? All
music. You get with a man of God.
Where's the wisdom?
Pass a collection plate and get you feeling all good. Drop a little tear.
No wisdom, just feelings, dancing. They come back, man. That was a good service. What'd you learn? Nothing. But that music was good. He was playing that piano today, right? So there got to be all these things in the feast. All these things make a righteous feast, a righteous gathering, right? Let's read.
I'm going to read verse 6 again. I ain't read 6 yet. As a signet of an emerald set in a work of gold, so is the melody of music with pleasant wine.
Right? A melody of music with pleasant wine. The melody of music with pleasant wine. So this is how a feast is supposed to be. This is a wedding feast, right? This is how beautiful it is when we come together. The words are spoken and we enjoy each other. This is what we're supposed to be. It's how it's supposed to be. The elder has spoken. The priest, the elder, whoever's over the congregation, they speak. Then we could, we can chill. Yep. And if the young man got something to say, read on.
Speak, young man. If there be need of thee.
If there be need. If they ain't got nothing to say, if we don't need nothing from you, keep your mouth shut.
Yep.
And enjoy the feast. Okay. Keep your mouth shut. Enjoy the feast, younger. Right? Don't think that you have to be the one to speak. Right? When we came up in One West days, man, the elders at every high holy day, you saw the big elders came out. You know what I'm saying? That's who spoke. If it was like a Passover or Tabernacles or any one of the big high holy days, the trumpets, whatever, you saw the elders speak. Now, when he had little classes, people would teach. Young man, actually, a young man would teach until the elder get there. The elder get there, young man, he got to get down. Right away. Elder walk in that room. How about you? He's getting down off that thing, and the elder's going up there. Right? Only way elder don't go up there if he say, no, go ahead. I'm not going up there today. You know what I mean? I'm just here for a few. But if he walk in that room, that first thing that youngest jumping down off that podium and let that elder sit up there and talk. Right? And it was a sense of honoring the hoary head. What's that? I gotta get that verse, the hoary head. Right? We gotta honor the hoary head. Right? Very important to be in order. Right?
I want to say it's chapter 8 or verse 7.
What's that?
Honor the hoary head.
You got it?
No, I'm guessing.
Right. Right. So we gotta make sure we're moving in that spirit. I remember that scripture. We got that scripture out there. My people's a hoary head, honoring the hoary head.
Which one? Are we Leviticus? We got two of them.
Yeah.
Leviticus 19. Let me get it real quick.
Somebody got me.
Leviticus 19, 32.
1932?
Okay.
What did I say?
Leviticus chapter 19 and verse 32. Thou shalt rise up before the hoary head.
That's it. So when you sit in that seat and you teaching, when that hoary head walking in, what's a hoary head? A head full of gray hairs, right? When that hoary head walks in, you jump up and get out that chair, right? Because, what he has to say is more important than what you got to say, right? That's order, right? So this is some things that they taught us. back in One West days. And we have to still instill to this day. If the already had want to come up, you got to come down. Don't take it personal. Right? When the elders speak, we got to listen. Sometimes these young people nowadays, they think what they got to say is more important than what we got to say.
Mm-hmm.
How are you telling me I was your age? Were you ever mine? How's it? You gotta think about that, Jordan. You 18, right? I'm 47. I've been 18. How are you telling 47 how to be 47? And you ain't never been there yet. Right? But they don't think about it that way. But it takes us to educate them and teach them that.
Got a couple for you.
What we gotta say is way more important what they gotta say. Right? Go ahead. You got a couple for me?
Yeah. I'm going to do Leviticus again. Leviticus 19:32. Thou shalt rise up before the hoary head and honor the face of the old man.
And do what?
And honor the face of the old man.
Have respect in front of that old man. Honor his face. So when we see our elders right now, we're honoring one of our elders, right? No matter his last estate, dealing with that comforter situation, but we remember him from the 90s. Remember him, and we give honor to that face, that elder face, that put that work in. All right. We got Sister Isha Rapaya in the check-in heavy. She got the scriptures, Proverbs 16:31.
I'm gonna get that one too.
We're gonna get that one. And we got
I got one in Sirach. Yeah. We get this one first.
Okay.
Proverbs chapter 16, verse 31.
Mm-hmm.
The hoary head is a crown of glory.
Is a what?
A crown of glory.
Nothing to be ashamed of. Go ahead.
If it be found in the way of righteousness.
If it be found in the way of righteousness. Now it says there's no fool like an old fool. Right? That's the worst fool you could be. So you don't want to be an old fool. So we talking about the hoary head that's found in the way of righteousness. Meaning that you older, but you still keeping the law, statutes, commandments, you still speaking wisdom, you still got your head, a good head on your shoulders. That's beautiful. Right? That's beautiful. Right? So shout out to Isha Sister Rapaya Baraya, all right, for dropping that Proverbs 16:31. Right? What else you got?
I gotta bring it up. Okay.
Right. We also got and send your verses in. If we touching on the topic and you got a hot verse, put it in the chat. Right? We might even we might get to it. Put it in the chat. All right.
Did it share?
What's that? What you got?
There you go.
Okay.
Sirach chapter 8 and verse 6.
Mm-hmm.
Dishonor not a man in his old age.
Right.
For even some of us wax old.
Some of us, we're gonna get old one day.
God.
If we do right, we don't get old one day. So we don't dishonor a man in his old age, man. We don't talk about, in his weekdays. You know what I mean? You had your strong days. You know what I'm saying? You know how that life goes? You start out like a baby and you end off like a baby, right? But you had your years of your full strength. And those years of your full strength, we got to honor what you did with those years, right? We look at the brother, the elder Arya, in his strong, mighty years, right? From his 20 to 60, he was out there doing it, right? You can't tell me he weren't, because we were all there together, right? But now, he's in his old age. Now we got to worry about what he's doing right now. Right now, he need to sit down somewhere. He put his work in. Give the man his flowers. Give him what he needs that he could rest his head, putting that work in. Right? When he was putting that work in. Right? A lot of brothers talk about it, but his man was already 70-something years old by the time he started, dealing with the covenant and all that nonsense. Man's old now. Right?
Did you say somebody took advantage of him?
I don't know about that, but I can say he just, the scriptures, there's a scripture that says if a prophet, he says, I lied to that prophet. The Most High said, I would lie and put a lie in a prophet's mouth. Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to find that scripture. Because if he told that lie about that brother being a comforter, who knows what the Most High had planned, what he had planned, right?
I will go and be a lying prophet in his mouth, or because you got that in Kings and
It's gonna come back to me. It's gonna come back to me, man. The Most High boasted of that, man. He said, if my prophets lie, I put the lie in his mouth. All right. So don't worry about him. Worry about me. All right. The Most High put that lie in there. You know what I mean? He is the source. All right. All right. So he is the source of information. So let's do that. Let's be that source. Let's be, let's respect that source. All right. Respect the Most High and what he's doing. All right. So let's get to 2 Timothy 2:1.
2 Timothy 2:1.
We're about to bring up my DJ back on the deck in a minute. All right. I got Deuteronomy 18. All right. Deuteronomy 18. Deuteronomy 18:18.
I was looking at that.
Yo, just looking at that. Let me see that Deuteronomy 18:18 before we get that 2 Timothy. Go ahead. Rise up before a prophet among the
verse
brethren.
20.
Huh?
It's all three of these.
Okay, let's get it.
Deuteronomy chapter 18 and verse 18.
All right, so this is on the line with the scriptures. Okay, come on.
I will rise them up a prophet from among their brethren,
Mhm.
like unto thee, and I will put my words in his mouth.
Right.
And he shall speak unto them all that I shall command him.
Right.
And it shall come to pass that whatsoever will not hearken unto my words, which he speak in my name, I will require it of him.
Mhm.
But the prophet which shall presume to speak a word in my name, which I have not commanded him to speak, or that shall speak in the name of other powers, even that prophet shall die.
Shall die. So unless he coming from the Most High, right? Unless he coming from the Most High, right? That prophet gonna be put to death. Right? It's gonna come to naught. Right? So interesting verse, and I like the verse part says, raise up a prophet among you. He said, I will raise up a prophet among you. All right. And that prophet is talking about the 18th, actually talking about Yahushua, right? That was risen up. Right. But he raised up many prophets among us to bring this word out. Okay. So let's get
one more. Jeremiah 14:14.
Jeremiah 14:14. All right.
Yeah. Let's
Be able to check it. Jeremiah 14:14.
That's not exactly what you said, but it's close though. It's close. Jeremiah chapter 14 and verse 14. Then the Most High said unto me, the prophets prophesied lies in my name. I sent them not.
Right.
Neither have I commanded them, neither spake unto them. They prophesied unto you a false vision and
divination.
Divination.
I
was about to say divination,
yeah, right?
And a thing of naught.
And a thing of naught, meaning it's not going to happen. Go ahead.
And the deceit of their heart.
That's why you got to be careful. There could be some prophets out there start teaching their own heart, what they want to feel, what they believe. And that happened to the brother later on in life when he started to prophesy about this man being the Lord sent comforter. He started to go into his own heart and his divination. Maybe he lost zeal. Maybe he's tired of waiting, right? So he's trying to figure, I create the comforter. But we can't get weary and well doing. We got to stay the course, right? I know it seemed like it's a long time coming, right? But like he said, a change gonna come. Oh yes, it will, right? So we got to make sure that we stay the course. Wait for that change to come, right? Wait for that revelation. You can't be hasty and heady and hardy to get things going to be in our time. All right.
Question: What was his name? Jacob, not Jacob. What was Jacob? Isaac. Isaac said he was about to die. How much longer did he live? He thought he was about to be out when he gave the blessing to Jacob.
Esau tomorrow.
Huh?
Tomorrow Esau, Isaac.
Isaac. They follow.
He's about to die. How long did he live?
Yeah, after that. He wanted it to come, but he said, no, you want to stay around for a little bit longer, homeboy.
Oh, yeah. You don't know when your day is. You got your number. You don't got that number. So you got to just live this life the best to serve him, because when you go meet your maker, it need to be accounted for. The works need to be accounted
Because
for.
imagine how long he been in. How long had you say when you came in? He was in his 50s.
Yeah, he was born in the truth.
So he's
His
50
father
years.
is Yaiqua.
That's what I'm saying.
So he's born in the truth.
So you got 50
So
years
he's
in,
been
and you
doing this,
like,
you know.
oh
You start
man,
50 years in, when you do 50 laps, you start breathing heavy. Right?
now you at
Those first
82
few
laps.
laps,
Now you like,
those first 20
man.
laps, you running hard, you striding. When you get to that 30th lap, them legs feel different. So you can't be mad when a brother he done ran this race and you wait for him to he done ran to the 70th lap and his legs ain't acting the same way. See, you know,
Put yourself in the brother's shoes. That's all I'm
that's
saying.
all,
man.
you know what I'm saying?
That's all I'm saying.
You know what I'm
He
saying?
probably had a reason
Yeah.
to do what he did, but at the end of the day, hey
He got
man,
hasty at the end of the day, but he ran a good race prior to. And if he's still around, he's an old man, and let him just have his flowers, sit down, and let these young men do what they do. All right. Second Timothy 2
Timothy's all right.
and verse 1.
The book of 2 Timothy, chapter 2 and verse 1.
Uh-huh.
Thou therefore, my son, be strong in the grace that is in Hamashiach Yahushua.
Go ahead.
And the things that thou hast heard of me among many witnesses,
Come on.
the same commit thou to faithful men,
Right.
who shall be able to teach others also.
Who should we do what?
Able to teach others also.
So this word was committed to faithful men that refuse to live in this world and not teach this word. Because we can all go back in the world. We can shut our mouths, go get a Black and Miles, and go chill. But we're committed to the word of the Most High. So the word is given to us, be committed to doing this work, committed to fulfilling this, our obligations to the Most High. Right? So we can't deny that. Read on.
Verse 4 or verse 3. Though therefore endure hardness as a good soldier.
So therefore endure. That means you got to run that long race. You can't give up. You got to keep your pace going. Endure. Hold on. Read on.
Therefore endure hardness as a good soldier of a Mashiach Yahushua.
Come on.
No man that wrath entangle himself with the affairs of this life.
Right. So don't get caught up. That's what it means entangle. Don't get yourself in an entanglement.
I was about to say that. Keep going.
Don't get like Will Smith and Jada and get yourself in an entanglement in this world. Stay focused. Stay focused on what's right with the Most High, Mashiach Yahushua. That's what he's telling us. And these elders that came before, they ain't play with us, man. And we was some rough youngsters, but they ain't play with us. They set us straight, and we had to get straight. And to this day, a lot of us are still on this walk. A lot of us are leaders of Knesset and schools and bodies and sanctuaries to this very day. So we gotta, give homage to the elders that came before us and set the groundwork, set the pavement for us. One more before I bring in my DJ. 1 Corinthians 9, verse 24. Right? One more before I bring my DJ on deck. The baddest DJ in the land. DJ Baruch. Right? 4-1. Right. Let's get that.
1 Corinthians chapter 9 and verse 24.
Yep.
Know ye not that they which run in a race run all, but one receiveth the prize.
But what?
But one receiveth the prize.
Everybody running, but only one winner. Go ahead.
So run that ye may obtain.
Run that ye may obtain. Go ahead.
And every man that striveth for the mastery is temperate in all things.
Come on.
Now they do it to obtain a
corruptible.
Oh, I thought I wanted to say incorruptible crown. Obtain a corruptible crown, but we are incorruptible.
So everybody tries to, you know what a corruptible crown is? You go to school, you get this degree or that degree, but you still wicked, right?
Yeah.
But we are trying to get a degree from the Most High that when we get this, when we master this, it's incorruptible. The crown that we trying to get is incorruptible. You can't You can't mess that one up. All right. You can't mess that one up. That one is is going to keep us on the pace. Everybody got to run their race, though. Right? Everybody got to keep striding. Right? So that's what they taught us. They taught us that, listen, the race is not for the swift, right? But who can endure to the end? That's who this race is for. So we're gonna run this race, right? Right? We're gonna run this race without failure, right? As long as the Most High give us strength, we're gonna keep pushing. All right. Let's give him my DJ. Let's take another break. Let's pick up our DJ, the DJ Baruch. Let's set it off. We'll be back in a few. We'll talk more about it with closing thoughts. Things of that sort.
Booker Miguelo. Yeah. Oh, they want to judge you by the cover of the book. Look to kill, how do I look to you? I look to you, open up the book and read pages, had to look through you. Throw the book at me, I'll read from it. No private interpretation. I read me right, so read it right. From Genesis to Revelation. Too caught up in the cover of the book to read the content within its pages. I'ma break it down for you. Down for you, baby. This ain't slavery, what you mean? Nobody gonna kill you for reading. Before then, the only thing we had was believing. I write it in a book for the seeds of believers. I read the writings on the wall from Babylon to Timbuktu. That's the proof. Study short of self-approve is what you ought to do. Steady to the altar, you ought to truth, who ought to you. Go not in the ways of the heathen, Jeremiah 10. Psalms 46 and 10. Hebrews 10, 7 and 10. And the volume of the book is written in him. Ain't you sure if you had the color of my skin? Melanated skin is not a sin. Been lied to time and time again. My name is Mike and I'm praying. Won't let them cut me down like prayer. Mike the archangel. Rebuke Satan in the name of the Savior. Instead of bread and accusations. The devil is accused of the brethren. I would not resemble the image of the beast. Made in the image of Elohim. Engrave your images I ain't worshiping. I'm a man, not feminine. Masculine, no confusion here. Can't tell if you a man or a woman. Similar to a Baphomet head. I know who I am and whose I am. And the great I am. Show me how great I am. Abraham was going to sacrifice Isaac, but Yah provided his own lamb.
I'm begging to please. I'm yelling repent. 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 I'm yelling repent, I'm yelling repent, I'm begging them please, I'm spilling my heart, I'm every beat, I speak to the hood like Benjamin Deep, I'm like a car, I was made for the streets, I ask the Most High, how should I start, and what do you think, he gave me the keys, and now I got drive in every season, my soul alive, cause now I got reason, willing to die for who I believe in, look in my eyes, my vision is even, we at the top, I'm feeling like season, I can't be stuck, no bump when I'm speeding, chapter 6, I'm reading Ephesians, I keep my soul, the devil misleading, I don't need gold, I don't need your gold, I don't need your candy, no trick or treating. We elevate in the land of the heathen. Babylon falls like ground is uneven. Silence the demons like why are you speaking? I feel the ruach, I'm letting it leave. Let's talk facts. I talk to the Most High, he talk back. The enemies like apps, they on maps. I'm getting back what they took like text. I will not stay silent, gotta speak up, let them know. Losing ain't no options, I keep ties to let them grow. Psalms 1:3, I'm bringing forth my fruit and seed. Put it all on me, I'm killing demons for no reason. So like, I'm yelling repent. I'm yelling repent.
Waking up in songs that you know. We putting down the lies that they told. He gon' send us back to the borders. Waiting on water. We waking up in songs and you know. We putting down the lies that they told. He gon' send us back to the borders. We gon' give him praise in this hour. Great I am, be the almighty power. I'll rock, I'll shield, I'll tower. Don't fool, y'all, we in the final hour. We gon' give him praise in this hour. I'll rock, I'll shield, I'll tower. Great I am, be the almighty power. Don't fool, y'all, we in the final hour. Who know the way, who know the truth, who know the life, the whole world finding out we Israelites. Who know the laws, who the one gon' take them right. No Pharisees, who the one gon' teach them Christ. And we been down, lied to for so long. None of us in the city from the throne. Come out of her, put down your sins, come home. The judgment coming to the earth for all the wrong.
Gentiles finding out where her lies. If y'all the Jews with the rest of the tribes. Yeah, we know the truth. Let's get on these prayer times. Although we scared to stay connected, we gon' rise. The dry bones waking up, we on fire. The most I touching our mouths like Jeremiah. America, Babylon is going down. Cause the truth is going out worldwide. We keep seeing scriptures come alive. I keep seeing lights all in my eyes. Put away your sins and your pride. If you wise, put away your idols, let the Torah go viral. Waking up in captivity is all in the Bible. We was once dead, follow Christ for survival. Hosea 6:2, he revived you, Whoa. Look at the world, look at the tragedy. Trust in your word, waiting on the majesty. Keep the command, make sure he ain't mad at me. He opened our eyes, all but we glad to see. He's sending floods and fire. Tornadoes and earthquakes is coming alive. He sit in the place, will you survive? He saw us falling, Jacob on the ride. We got the most high. 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 Look at the world, look at the tragedy. Keep the command, make sure he ain't mad at me. Look at the world, look at the tragedy. Keep the command, make sure he ain't mad at me. We got the most high. We got the spirit of Joseph, for famine is coming. I hope you prepared. He about to seal everybody that's in. The Israelites waking up out of the dead. The prophets wrote about it, how can we hear? Protected by the Father, why should we fear? Psalm 91 is all in my head. Acts 1-6, we almost there. This is the season, pray without season. Judging the herb, about to take out the Eden. 400 years we've been struggling, breathing. Going back home, this time we ain't leaving. Devil is man making war with the saints. Put that in our temple, he know that we ain't. Trusting this system, we know that we can't. Babylon falling and starting to stink like yeah. We know Messiah is coming in. Destruction is coming, feel it in the air. We got the most high, so why should we fear? Keep the commandments, salvation is near. War with our father, our father, they dead. If you live in wicked, then he will not spare. We blow the trumpet, hoping that you will. We blow the trumpet, hoping that you will. Look at the tragedy, trust in your word. Waiting on the majesty, keep the command. Make sure he ain't mad at me. He opened our eyes, all but we glad to see. He's sending floods and fire. Tornadoes and earthquakes is coming alive. You sit in the place, will you survive? He saw us falling, Jacob on the ride. We got the most high. 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 Look at the world, look at the tragedy. Keep the command, make sure he ain't mad at me. Look at the world, look at the tragedy. Keep the command, make sure he ain't mad at me. We got the most high. Time is ticking, Messiah is coming. Look at the wicked, they about to get punished. You saw the children of Israel. Messiah is dragging us out of this hell. He's sending them players, but he gon' protect us. Michael was standing up, he won't neglect us. He threw us away, but he about to catch us. Recompense, they getting extra. He made a promise to Abraham. Filling his blood, we seeing it now. That place where they serve, I'm taking it down. He about to free everybody that's bound. Why they awaken the wrath for the Father? He sending famines and he sending lava. All but we know that nobody can stop you. They not repenting like you in the world. Look at the tragedy, trust in your word. Waiting on the majesty, keep the command. Make sure he ain't mad at me. He opened our eyes, all but we glad to see. He sending floods and fire. Tornadoes and earthquakes is coming alive.
Check yourself, first you need to check yourself. And you better watch your soul, cause that sinner lead you down the road. You don't know where to go, you don't know where to go. First you need to check yourself, first you need to check yourself. Then you better watch your soul, cause that sinner have you in the hole. Burn it till your kingdom up, 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 burn it till your kingdom. So wash it, you better wash yourself. Wash it, you better wash yourself. Wash it, you better wash yourself. Wash it, you gonna wash me, and I'm gonna wash it. Wash your watch me, and I'm gonna wash it.
Yeah, I got Yeshaya in my heart, so I know just what to do. Yeah, I'm Clorox and bleach cleaner, then I clean it cool. If you ain't down with the king, then all you about to do. And if you washed in the word, then shout out to the crew.
Yeah, I see you. He got your shine in his heart, so he knows just what to do. We're going to wrap it up. We're going to get into the closing thoughts. Before we get there, I want to hit this verse here. Give me 1 Peter 5:1 for the family. All right. Shout out to DJ Baruch once again for putting on the hits, keeping us up to date with what's out there in truth music, in that movement that moves you. 1 Peter 5:1.
1 Peter chapter 5 and verse 1.
Let's go.
The elders which are among you,
right?
I exhort.
I what?
I exhort.
Right. What exhort means I encourage. So he's about to encourage us, elders that are among us. Read.
Who am also an elder.
Right. He says, and I'm also an elder too. So this is an elder encouraging the elders. Go.
And a witness of the suffering of Yahushua, of Mashiach.
Come on.
And also a partaker of the glory that shall be revealed.
Right. And he told, I'm also a partaker of the glory, meaning that what? Paul said, no, I'm sticking with this. I'm not giving up. I'm going to be there. Peter's saying, I'm sticking with this. Read on.
Feed the flock of the Most High.
Do what?
Feed the flock of the Most High.
Very important, man. He exalted. Feed the flock of the Most High. What does it mean to feed the flock? Should we give them water? Right. What does it mean to feed the flock? Let's get a precept on this so we understand what it means to feed the flock. Hold that. Give me Jeremiah 3 and verse 15. Right. Let's precept that real quick so we understand what does it mean by feed the flock. So there's no confusion on what the brother's talking about here. Somebody might say, see, I'm giving away sandwiches. I'm feeding the flock. Read that.
Jeremiah chapter 3, verse 15.
Go ahead.
And I will give you pastors according to my heart.
What are they going to do?
Which shall feed you.
Which shall do what?
Which shall feed you.
Let's see what they're going to feed us. Go ahead.
With knowledge.
With what?
With knowledge.
With knowledge, read.
And understanding.
And understanding. So is one of that, you ever heard of saying you could give somebody some fish or you could teach them how to fish?
Okay.
Right? Which is better for them? Teach them how to fish, right?
Yep.
Because they'll never starve again. Right. So that wisdom, yeah, we could go give you sandwiches, but we can also show you how to obtain your own sandwiches, right? And able to take care of your own family, the things that you need to take care of by you what? Following the commandments of wisdom and knowledge of the Most High, so you could be self-sufficient. Not only just self-sufficient, but even able to give. Yeah, you could go from receiving charity, be giving charity.
Okay.
That's more beautiful. You went from receive. Remember, the giver is more blessed than the receiver.
Yep.
So you go from receiving to giving. All praise to Yahweh. That's a success story. Okay. So when it said feed the flock, go back to
1 Peter
5 we get to verse 2.
1 Peter chapter 5 and verse 2.
Go ahead.
Feed the flock of the Most High, which is among you.
Mm-hmm.
Taking the oversight thereof.
Taking the oversight, meaning that watch over, make sure they're good. Be your brother's keeper. Keep an eye on your brother, what's going on with him. Keep an eye on your sister. Care about you. Care about each other. Right? Sisters, y'all need to care about each other. Right? Well-being. How are you doing? Right? Like we all say shalom. What happened to my shalom ka? Right? That's supposed to come after the shalom. My shalom ka means, hey, what's up? What's going on with you? My shalom ka. Right? What's your peace? What's going on? You can say shalom, but the next thing should be my shalom ka. Right? Ma is what? Right? Shalom ka is what's your peace? What's going on with you? How you feeling? That's how we used to say in the Hebraic tongue. How you doing? Hey, what's up? What's good? My shalom ka. Right? So don't just stop at shalom. Take it to the next level. Shalom is good. My shalom ka is better. All right, let's read.
Verse 2. Feed the flock of the Most High, which is among you, taking the oversight thereof.
Taking the what?
The oversight thereof.
Check them out. Make sure they're okay. Go ahead.
Not by constraint.
Right.
But willingly. But willingly,
not by constraint. Nobody's forcing you to do this now. Remember, this is an exhortation. He's encouraging us.
Fine.
You're not saying that you got to force it. You got to be forced to do this, but you should be doing this as an elder, caring about every soul that's around you, That's what the elder does, right? Read.
Not for filthy lucre,
Not to get paid, read on.
but of a ready mind.
Just to be sure that it should ease your mind, knowing that your brothers and your sisters are doing well. Read.
Neither as being lords over the Most High's heritage,
It's not that you're trying to be the boss hog, read on.
but being an example to the flock.
Right, but you just care. And you sacrifice your time to be an example to those that are amongst you, those that are worshiping with you, the fellowship of serving the Most High. We're supposed to care about the fellowship. Read.
And when the chief shepherd shall appear,
Because we got an elder that comes over the elders, and that's the chief shepherd. Right, read on.
ye shall receive a crown of glory
Mhm.
that fadeth not away.
Fadeth not away. Crown of glory that never fades away. That saith the Most High. So we know how important this is, right? That we feed the flock as elders, feed these youngers, make sure you're taking oversight, care about them, care about their marriages, care about their families, their children, their well-being, their health. All that is a part of eldership. It's a part of brotherhood, what do you call it? Being a nationalist, being about your nation, right? Read on.
Verse 5.
Mhm.
Likewise, ye younger,
Mhm.
submit yourselves unto the elder.
Do what?
Submit yourself unto the elder.
So he's telling those that are younger, don't be bucking up against the elder. Elder trying to tell you something, you telling the elder what to do.
Yep.
All right, we went over that earlier. Why is 16 trying to school 60? What is 16 going to tell 60? Right? 16 never been 60, but 60's been 16. 17, 18, 19, and 20, right?
Yep.
So he could put you on to something, put you up on game, as they say today. But if you ain't trying to hear that from the elders, you're not trying to hear nothing that you need to hear. Pride steps in, arrogancy steps in. Can't tell me nothing. Listen, one thing this truth will do is humble you. And you know, listen, I better shut up and listen, right? Because I don't know everything. But I know he knows everything. And he might put a word in this man's mouth. He might put a word in this woman's mouth. I need to shut up and hear it. Let's read.
Yea, all of you be subject one to another, and be clothed with humility. For the Most High resisteth the proud.
The Most High does what?
Resisteth the proud.
Because the Most High ain't got no time for your pride. He resists the proud. You want to be something that the Most High resists? Right? You going to the Most High, he pushing you away. He's strong arming you with the rock in his hand, giving you the stiff arm. And you try to come and embrace the power of the Most High. You ain't got no hope. Read.
And give grace to the humble.
Mm-hmm. And give what?
And give grace to the humble.
And give grace to the humble. Right? He'll give the humble a chance. What's grace? A chance. If you humble yourself, the Most High will bless you and give you a chance. If you want to be proud, the Most High will put that smack down and that judgment on you. So it behooves us to humble ourselves, receive instruction. Don't be hard-headed, stiff-necked, and rebellious, because then you're going to cause the Most High to put the smack down on you. Read on.
Verse 6. Humble yourselves, therefore, under the mighty hand of the Most High, that he may exalt you in due time.
Right.
Casting all your care upon him, for he careth for you. Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil.
The who?
The devil.
Our true adversary is the devil, and he ain't playing with us. He wants each and every one of us to be in turmoil, jacked up, crying and going through pain and suffering. That's what the devil wants. When you suffering, he's laughing. Right? And if you're happy in wickedness, he's laughing again. But when you are at peace with the Most High and his commandments, Satan's quite upset with you. And he's coming to get you. Because he gotta knock you off of that. Remember, he's our accuser, accusing us day and night before the Most High, saying that we're not worthy. Them men ain't worthy. But shout out to all our elders that came on 4 times, set that pace, set the way, show us the way to please the Most High. So closing arguments. Champ, family online. If you have anything to share with us, closing comments, you actually could jump on in the chat. Isn't the link in the chat? Okay. Put the link back in the chat at the bottom. Which chat is it on YouTube?
The YouTube.
We'll put that link in the chat for our closing words. Someone wish to chime in and wish to take part, then you can do so. All right.
As we wait, I'm gonna do this. Let me see if I can find this real quick.
You can give me your closings, comments. I'll give you mine.
I'm gonna do this real quick. As we wait for people closing comments, view this for us.
Okay.
In my righteousness, yes. In my royalty, yes.
As we wait, family, as you know, the Passover is coming up. So,
Watch a Hebrew step.
It's that Hebrew step.
Watch a Hebrew step. Yes.
That Hebrew step.
Watch a Hebrew step.
Shalom! We are the Light of Zion Treasure Coast, and we are inviting all Israelite born from the 4 corners of the earth to the Light of Zion Passover on April 2nd, 2023. All you black, so-called black, Latino, Native American, Seminole Indians that descend from Negro and Indian descent, you are invited to come join us to celebrate the Feast of Unleavened Bread, the Feast of Passover. It's a day that we commemorate of our forefathers being redeemed from the hands of the Egyptians through the hands of the Most High Yahweh, the power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. All right? And we are here to invite you to come down from up north, from south, from east, from west, to come visit the Light of Zion and join us to celebrate the Passover 2023 in Fort Lauderdale. All right? We're going to put the address on the bottom of the screen. The Passover dues is $75 for an individual, for a single person, and for a family of 4, it's going to be $150. And anyone additional after the family of 4 will be $25 for each person. All right? So come join the Light of Zion this year for this year's Passover in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Come join us to commemorate and remember this glorious event. Let's get Deuteronomy 16 and 16.
Book of Deuteronomy, chapter 16, verse 16.
Read.
3 times in a year.
How many times?
3 times in a year.
Come on.
Shall all thy males appear before the Lord thy God.
So 3 times a year shall all the Most High's males appear before God, before Yahweh. Read.
Shall appear before the Lord thy God in the place which he shall choose.
In the place which he shall choose will be Chateau Mar Golf Resort in Fort Lauderdale. I'm going to add the address on the bottom of the screen so you can get there. Read.
In the Feast of Unleavened Bread.
In the Feast of what?
In the Feast of Unleavened Bread.
Come on.
And in the Feast of Weeks.
In the Feast of Weeks.
And in the Feast of Tabernacles.
And the Feast of Tabernacles. These are the 3 highest holy days that we keep as an Israelite. Of course, with other ordinances and traditions that we keep, like Feast of Dedication, like Purim. But these 3, all males must present themselves before the Most High Yahweh. So, with that being said, once again, come join us in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, the Light of Zion Passover 2023. All right? Shalom!
Shalom. All right, so do remember, family, we got the Passover coming up on deck, April the 2nd, right? Make sure you get your funds in and all that. So we got one closing argument. It says trust but verify social media. Yeah, we got to do that. We got to trust, but we got to verify social media. But, you know, I got that. This information came to me not on social media. Believe it or not, it was from a Bible source that he had passed away. So another Bible source trumped him. And then, you know, we've learned that he is yet alive. And that's a social media post. So I'm still not sure. I haven't spoken to anyone that's spoken to the family. All right. Oh, we got a prayer request from Sister Moriah. Yes, Sister Moriah, we will pray for you, and we hope you keep praying for us, sis. All right, that Yah bless you with prosperity, the things that you need. Right, all praises. Above all things as it is written. Prove all things as it is written. All right, Rapaya says, prove all things as it is written. Right, so keep bringing them scriptures out. All right, so any closing thoughts? Can share?
Oh man. Closing thoughts. Respect your elders.
Yeah.
Respect your elders.
Honor.
Not just in this truth.
Honor.
But throughout your how can I say, your life, as you go about, you see an elder, help the elder out. They might not be in this truth, but still honor them and help them, that they might even in their old age.
That's a good point. Honor our elders, respect them, their walk, what they've done, what they've laid down for us. You know, in Israel, we get high-minded, we start getting a little knowledge, we forget about our elders. We get a little fame, we forget where we come from. Don't forget where you came from. All right. The scriptures tell us in I think it's Isaiah 51, verse 2, if I'm correct. It says, remember Abraham and Sarah. Remember the rock that you were hewn from. Remember where you came from. It's very important. You don't want to be one of those people that come from somewhere and act like, you know, they made themselves. You got family, you have friends, you got people that cared for you and brought you through. Respect them. All right. I think that's our closing thoughts. We got a guest in the house. That's one. Any closing thoughts? Lashawan?
Guys said, always be open-minded. So always listen to your elders, just like the scripture was saying it.
Mm-hmm.
And not just the elder, also we have to respect the elder, but also as a young man, come and respect everybody.
Yeah.
Young and old, but definitely the elders. Because you can learn from your elders. Who else to learn from beside your elders?
Right.
So be respectful and always willing to listen and search for the truth.
That's from our soldier Lashawan in the house, hanging out with us here at the BTO show. Shout out to the family that's logged in. We thank everybody supporting the show. All right, we're gonna keep pushing. We're gonna have some better shows and better shows and better shows coming up this year. We got some plans. We're planning out some great events. We're gonna be broadcasting from different locations coming up real soon. So our broadcast is gonna be at different locations. We're gonna start doing some interviewing. All right, going out there and talking to the people as the BTO show. So a lot coming up with the BTO show. So stay tuned. That's from your Minister, Chief Minister Shalaman for the Light of Zion, and I got
my captain. My captain.
The captain.
Captain Sham Shawan.
Sham Shawan.
As you know.
And we're going to say Shalom to all the family online. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Take it away, DJ.
Feed my sheep, that's what he said to me. Studying for weeks, then we hit the streets. We rollin', we rollin', we rollin', we rollin'. Feed my sheep, that's what he said to me. Studying for weeks, then we hit the streets.
Let's go.
We rollin',
let's go.
We rollin',
come on,
we rollin'. we rollin'.
It's time to hit these streets, seeking for the lost sheep. Walking around with their eyes open, but they still sleep. We been going hard, y'all, studying all week. We know they hungry for this truth. Let's go make sure they all eat. Riding from a distance, cause we be on the missions just to do the Lord's work. We just hope you pay attention. It's a blessing if you listen. His sheep gon' hear his voice. If your spirit don't bear witness, then you left without a choice. If you take heed and receive it, then them angels gon' rejoice. We constantly achieving, though we surrounded by heathens. Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shah, we believe in. These scriptures we be shooting and rebuking all you demons. Perpetual hatred that you have for us without a reason. We patiently just waiting till that day that we get even. So we be in them streets for hours out the week. Yahweh Shah said, if you love us thou me, then you gotta go and
feed my sheep. That's what he said to me. Studying for weeks, then we hit the streets. We rollin', we rollin', we rollin', we rollin'. Feed my sheep, that's what he said to me. Studying for weeks, then we hit the streets. We rollin', we rollin', we rollin', we rollin'.
She nurtured me from the time of my father's death. She consecrated my soul and led my every step. I had hope, but I thought life was a joke. I kept playing with fire till I became like that cold. Now I'm engaged in that flame, feel like the end of the road. Feel like the whole world behind me, I ain't got no place to go. So I kept running in that drug-a-thon, cause I thought I was having fun. On the inside I'm out, trying to suppress the anger I had trapped in my bones. Thoughts of my grandfather, wearing that trench coat in the summertime. It was hot as Tabasco, but he was cold as the snow. He was darker than me, he looked like his face was froze. I'm only 11 years old, I don't know where he was on. Like the sinners in the scripture, yeah, my grandpa was stoned. They left an image in my head of my great-grandfather when he was dead. Jermaine was a soldier, he fought to his last breath. That led me to look at life and the legacy I'ma live. The people I leave behind, how are they gonna feel?
Better ways, I'm doing it all the wrong way.
I see the real Jews woke up. Hope that y'all have fun trying to be like us, yeah. Israelites stand up. Hey, hey, we standing up. Hey, hey. I see the real Jews woke up. Hope that y'all have fun trying to be like us, yeah. Hebrew Israelites stand up. Hey, hey, we standing up. Hey, hey,
yeah, that's right. Gotta get the facts right. I hire the doctor. Prescription to act right. The lie, we slaves. Why slaves don't fight? Deception, we black. Cause that's opposite life. They be like. Lie after lie made for long enough. Change the name and color of Christ as if they wasn't wrong enough. Tried to keep us sleep with dope, but it isn't strong enough. Tried to feed us monkey stuff, but they ain't King Kong enough. Got that. Here comes Super God, all for us. Give me some of that COVID spray to keep the demons off of us. Let me get that red pill. Thank you, Mr. Morpheus. From a slave to a king. What a metamorphosis. Voila, matter of fact, Salakia, Abba, for water. Thank you, Father, for the bread and water. And milk, I stress, rested in peace. Now we above the rest. I'm blessed.
See the real truth woke up. Hope that y'all have fun trying to be like us, yeah. Keep the Israelites standing up. Hey, hey, standing up. Hey, hey. I see the real Jews woke up. Hope that y'all have fun trying to be like us, yeah. Keep the Israelites standing up. Hey, hey. Standing up.
Y'all suck out the frankincense burning.
As the frankincense and myrrh burn, I start making sense of all the wisdom that I learned. Turn the pages of these scriptures, I see the bigger picture. I wait for his return, earn my rightful place in heaven. 777, as the frankincense and myrrh burn, I start making sense of all the wisdom that I learned. Turn the pages of these scriptures, I see the bigger picture. I wait for his return, earn my rightful place in heaven. 777.
Frankincense and myrrh smells so good, had to put it on my shirt. But better than that, it's the word. I used to live so absurd, bending every curve with the slur of my word. The taste of life had me right up all night, high in the sky like planes when they fly. Trying to get a glimpse of heaven, knew what I was missing. But then the prophet said, wisdom and understanding is your blessing. Money is the root of all your stressing. The power that lies within, that's the spirit. Take heed, don't dare miss it. Like fathers walking out on their children, walking into hell's kitchen. 666, what numbers you bearing? It's that holy grail, holy seventh Sabbath day. I pray I don't travel in the winter. All my girl gets sucked, cause greater than the days of Noah, these last days.
As the frankincense and myrrh burn, I start making sense of all the wisdom that I learned. Turn the pages of these scriptures, I see the bigger picture. I wait for his return, earn my rightful place in heaven. 777, as the frankincense and myrrh burn, I start making sense of all the wisdom that I learned. Turn the pages of these scriptures, I see the bigger picture. I wait for his return, earn my rightful place in heaven. 777.
I got the 1611 in my lap. Evil spirits looking at me, so I gotta light a match. World War III, pay my Aki got my back. By Hashimba, rock a thumb, raise my fist and give them that. These internet prophets got me logging on my Mac. If you only preaching on the internet, it's all cap. If you only preaching on the internet, it's all caps. LOZ, we in the trenches, Ed Sabbath, that's a fact. Holding posts at they camp till my stomach get a cramp. Trying to save a couple souls right before these clouds crack. The law was a light, so I'm shining like a lamp. Write these scriptures on my heart, Lord, I need that holy stamp. I'm patiently waiting, eyes on the kingdom, be ready to take it. If you scared, go to church, cause it's about to get dangerous. Open up the book of law, where the heathen is painted. Got that frankincense burning while I'm thumbing through pages and
frankincense and myrrh burn, I start making sense of all the wisdom that I learned. Turn the pages of these scriptures, I see the bigger picture. I wait for his return, earn my rightful place in heaven. 77777777777.